Joining us now is Elizabeth Pipko, spokeswoman of the Republican National Committee. Shalom.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So as you're summing up your big convention, first of all, what can you tell us about the situation of your candidate, former President Donald Trump, after the assassination attempt, of course?
Yeah, he's doing okay. I will let him answer that himself in his speech tonight, obviously. But from what we've seen, he's doing well. He's excited to be here, excited to be alive, of course. He said it himself the other day. He's not supposed to be here, right? He was basically saved by God. I certainly believe that. It was a very close call, and I don't think anyone is ever prepared for something like that. I certainly was not prepared to witness that, and I'm still kind of very shaken up. But I think he's doing well. I think he's mostly saddened by the fact that our country is at this low point. The fact that we did actually lose a life at that rally as well on Saturday, and the fact that we had to get to this breaking point in our country. But I know he's hopeful to unite the party and unite the country moving forward, going into the election.
Everyone feels that the assassination attempt can only help the campaign. Are you feeling this on the ground during your activity?
Look, I don't want to look at it very politically because it is so traumatic, truly, and so unprecedented. But I will say this is a man who stood up after being shot at. It's a man who stood up and raised his fist while his face was bleeding and let the world know that he was okay and that this country would be okay. And I certainly, if I was on the fence about voting for him, would have my mind made up after that. So I would hope that it would help, but that is certainly not where any of our minds are right now.
Now, Israel was related to many times throughout the convention. There was a prayer for the hostages. Parents of a hostage spoke. The pro-Israel agenda, is it something now that the party sees as an advantage as elections are coming?
I don't know if advantage is the right word. I think it's something the party sees as the correct way forward. It's been a vital part of American foreign policy and diplomacy for many years, and we are sticking to that. Israel is our ally, one of our closest allies, the only democracy in the Middle East. And just as Donald Trump stood by Israel in his first term, he will continue to do the exact same thing when he's back in the White House, not only because it's helpful to Israel, but because a strong relationship with Israel is helpful to the United States of America.
And while the Democratic Party is going through lots of inner conflicts, is the unity that we saw at the convention, seeing all those who were very outspoken as candidates for the party leadership and now supporting Trump 100%. Is it all true, authentic?
I do think everyone's united. I'm sure it's as authentic as it can be for politicians, right? Look, these are people that went up against Donald Trump knowing there wasn't a very large chance of taking him down. They lost fair and square, and they're fine with that. This is the choice of the American people. I think we all agree what the American people want is what they should get. They overwhelmingly chose Donald Trump. Again, I have no surprise with that. I knew that that was going to happen. I believe that the American people will elect him again in November. But yes, our party is more than unified. I hope that the country can come together just like us this week and become unified after the events of Saturday with the assassination attempt and after just many, many years of a fractured, very politically divided country that I think we're all kind of sick of and ready to move on from.
By the way, do you think we'll see an improvement in terms of the relationship between Trump and Netanyahu? Any chance they will meet during the Prime Minister's visit next week?
I will let Donald Trump decide on meeting him, of course. But look, Donald Trump has worked with plenty of people and will continue to do so when the time is right. The minute that he gets into the White House, his priority is the safety of the American people and the protection of this nation. And that means having a good relationship with Bibi Netanyahu, right? So I'm sure he will continue that relationship with him, with any allies and any adversaries, or any adversaries that he needs to have a good relationship with in order to keep America and Americans safe.
RNC spokeswoman Elizabeth Pipko, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.